Now, let's look at another side of DPA, which is something I find is criminally underappreciated. And by that, I mean, I see literally no one talking about it, even though it is potentially the most valuable part of DPA outside of the cash flow. Market research. Did you know that in a dynamic ad, just like in dynamic creatives, where you can go to breakdown, delivery, and look at the spend, whatnot by element, you can also go in and look at the breakdown by product ID. Now, if you go into the Facebook and you see breakdown and you see delivery and you scroll all the way to the bottom, you're going to see product ID. Now, the amazing thing about this is it lets you actually see how much spend went to each SKU or even each variant ID within your product catalog. Now, this is great because it's going to let you know, well, what do people actually want to see? Much like in dynamic creative, where Facebook is showing people the copy and the content that is most likely to get them to engage and have a positive experience. With DPA ads, it's also showing them the products that's most likely to get them that experience. And wouldn't you love to know when somebody's walking through your store what they're actually interested in? What if you mailed them a catalog and you knew every single page that got dog-eared and every single product that was circled and everything else? Because when you run DPA ads, you have that information. Now, the best part about this is you could easily take that info and then index it by level of intent. What if you have an add to cart from the last 14 days and a view content from the last week? What is the difference in delivery by product? Is the abandoned cart product in that audience of folks that have abandoned cart, the product IDs that get the most spend, does it match what happens when people are just shopping around the store? What's really interesting here is it lets you know what products people are window shopping on and what products people are legitimately interested in. And when they've already rejected your primary offer, what products get them most interested to come back into the store? Now, I've used this to develop bundles. I've used this to ultimately shift what our hero products are. It's also excellent to understand what your pre and post-transactional upsells should be. What if, when somebody went to your primary product and they checked out, you offered them the 2 or 3 other products that most people were actually interested in when given the chance to navigate freely, and shown the products that they were most interested based on their traffic around the entire internet and their behavior in the real world? This is a game changer. Remember, the most popular products by just actual site visits and volume of sales generally aligns with whatever's being promoted the most. So you can't look to, well, these are the products we sell the most, if you're not promoting every product evenly. I'm not saying you should ever promote all the products evenly. What I'm saying is there's a product you are selling the most. There might also be a product that maybe it's your 4th bestseller, but it's getting you a ton of traffic when you give Facebook the opportunity to show your catalog. And maybe that's because that's a really well-selling product in the market, that you have a solution that is getting you attention. That is incredibly helpful information. Also, if you have variants, wouldn't it be interesting to know that the red shoe is getting 10 times as much spend as the blue one? What about the blue bra is getting 10 times the amount of spend as the white one? That's good information. Maybe I can use that information to change my landing page or my product images or my creative on the front end outright. The point here is your market, the people that you're targeting with ads, with DPA, or in this case, DABA as well, which is just DPA, but to a broad audience instead of retargeting. They're giving you tremendous information. And if you're not indexing this spend against product to take actionable insight, you are missing, I would consider, the vast majority of the value of that DPA spend. Now, some people will look at DPA and say, look, this is amazing. I'm able to get a 3x ROAS. I don't care about a 3x ROAS on a little bit of spend every day. I care about the information that's going to give me a 10% boost in conversion rate on my landing page. I care about the information that's going to give me a 20% lower CPA because I've been able to give creative direction to my content developers for my primary ads. I'm interested in knowing what product most people are likely to take as an upsell so I can improve my AOV by 70%. That's phenomenally more important than a couple sales a day, or even a couple dozen, because these are mountain moving decisions. Again, that's why we use broad audiences. That's why we use dynamic ads. That's why we index for performance and we understand the information being given, because the vast majority of the value of Facebook is the amplification of our existing business model. If you're not letting your customers tell you exactly what they want and then responding to that, you're being negligent to the upside of your business. Now, I'll give you a real world example of this that stunned and amazed me and fundamentally changed the way I thought about retail. I'm sure you've heard of this brand called, or the store called Hot Topic. Now, Hot Topic is really cool if you're like 14. What Hot Topic did in the mid-90s was they sold all the sorts of stuff that, teenagers were into. But one of the things they did is they had a little notebook on the counter at every store that said, hey, if we don't have something, let us know what you want. And it was the job of the manager of every store to send in this information. What Hot Topic was able to do was pull their audience to understand what products those customers wanted. And as a result, they were able to stay ahead of the retail curve from grunge to emo to anime. Sometimes years ahead of their competitors, because they were responding to what their customers wanted. The point here is your customers are giving you a wealth of information. Your job is to take advantage of that. And if you're not looking at the index of spend by product or variant ID within your DPA ads, you are neglecting potentially the most valuable investment into business intelligence that you're going to get from Facebook ads. Because Facebook ads generally don't steer the ship. Right? They're the engine that sits in the back. They're not telling you where to go. They're pushing you in the direction that you've already decided. DPA ads, though, can be the scouts that let you know, should I keep going north or west or east? If you want to remove the guesswork, just respond to the needs of your market that they're already telling you with their eyeballs and money. That's how you scale. That's how you succeed. If you have any questions about this stuff, please comment below. Let me know. Sign up for the newsletter at newsletter.facebookdisruptor.com. The Shape of Disrupt to Come is the weekly newsletter I send out every week with fun deals and discounts and bundles and interviews and articles and blogs and videos to you on a regular basis so that you can stay at the bleeding edge of all of this stuff. And if you really want to up your game and be light years ahead, just like hot topic was check out the MBA program.